Hey everybody, welcome to Average Guy Opinions. I'm your average guy, John Corelli. Want to start off this video with an apology to my mother, but then I'm also going to kind of defend what's going on within this apology. So I kind of went off on my mom a few days ago. She lives in the upstairs half of our duplex, and she came down and she said, you're basically, for lack of a better term, she didn't say it this way, you're fucking up the recycling. We have a bin we put recycling in, and there are certain caveats, certain things you're supposed to do. I wash my recycling, but a lot of the stuff that I recycle is apparently not recycling according to Republic Services. And I just sometimes throw shit in there that I think is recyclable, but isn't necessarily in their list. And she's like, "Have you ever checked the list?" And I'm like, "No." She's like, "You're contaminating our recycling." And I'm like, okay, I honestly, knowing what I know about recycling, it's contaminated. Okay. Now, but however, that did not mean I needed to be rude to my mother. And I was just like, conversation's over. Fine. I'm doing my own recycling from now on. Okay. Bye, mom. Bye. She came in right after work, and I think that day it was the day before Valentine's Day, and I had watched the person that I have talked about on this channel get a dozen roses and cut them right in front of me, and just send a message for me to go fuck myself, essentially. So I wasn't in a great place. The day before that, I had gotten hit in the face by a snowball thrown by a student intentionally. I will actually do the week in review at work on the next video. So anyway, back to mom. Like I said, Mom, I am sorry. There was no reason for me to be that rude to you. No matter what happened in my day, no matter what news you brought my way, there was no reason for me to be that rude to you. And I was. And so, sorry, Mom. But having said that, here's the way I feel about the state of recycling in today's current mess. Okay. I think, honestly, we should just do away with it. Here's what I think we should do with recycling. We should have it, but it should be run at a level where us mere humans, us flawed people that make mistakes all the time, don't have anything to do with the process. Everything goes into the same place, goes in the landfill, and then we have robots. I'm serious. Robots, or maybe homeless people that need money, and we have a government program that pays them to separate this stuff, and it gets washed somehow, and it gets reused, or whatever happens to it. There's a lot of stuff that can be done with recycled products. It can be low-grade plastics, low-grade metals that we need every day. There's a purpose for recycling. Obviously, we want to use less raw materials, and not only that, we want to have the plants that refine raw materials into things that we need, like oil into plastic and so forth, sand into glass, whatever it is, wood into paper, right? We want to lessen that because we have a lot of those materials. We just use them in a secondary way. I'm kind of smiling because I sometimes use or use toilet paper that's made from recycled paper. And I remember when it first came out, a lot of people were really grossed out by that. "Well, I'm not using recycled paper to wipe my ass. It's probably been done with that already." No, it's not. The toilet paper that wipes your ass goes in the toilet, hopefully, unless you live in Mexico and the pipes are too small and you got to throw them in a basket next to the toilet oftentimes. But that goes down to the water treatment plant. That doesn't get recycled. It's just funny. It's like, really? You really think that that's what's happening? "Oh, I'm not wiping my ass with that." It's recycled paper. It's been cleaned. It's been bleached. It's fine. Okay? Just get over yourself. But yeah, so I try to use recycled products when I can, but I really don't think that the way we recycle makes any sense. Because my mom, like she said, "You're contaminating it." Guess what? That bin doesn't go to like a little compartment and then no, that bin gets dumped into a huge place where there's trash and birds and people that didn't recycle right. And unfortunately, it happens every second of every day. I can give you a perfect example of that. I actually help the kids recycle. We have little recycling bins in most of our classrooms at my school. A lot of people recycle. A lot of people don't recycle right at all. Nobody's following that list that my mom had me look at. Nobody, I guarantee it. People are throwing full sodas in there. People are throwing wrappers in there. Not the stuff that can't be recycled. Now, usually I have one or two kids helping me do this. It's part of our part of the special needs program. That's one of the things we do is we handle the recycling in the building, and there's just so much shit in this recycling that Sometimes, most of the time I try to get it, I'm like, oh, that can't be recycled, and I parse it out into the trash. But sometimes I miss it, and so there we go. It's already contaminated. That entire plant where that recycling stuff goes is contaminated. It has to be parsed out. So my thinking is, why even do that? Just put all the shit in one big truck, get it to the landfill, and have it parsed out there. Like I said, probably not homeless people, because that would probably be cruel and unusual, whatever you want to call it, rehab. It wouldn't be punishment, although it might feel like it. Have the robots do it. Here's where we dumb down our robots so they don't take us over like Skynet and Terminator 2 or Brave New World or whatever futuristic apocalyptic nightmare we have going on. But for real, and people are like, oh, robots can't handle that. Are you kidding me? Have you seen what robots can do? Have you been watching? Robots can make a guy come. And I'm not talking like just watching internet. They have robots. I don't remember this. It was famous. They made one in Japan, shaped like a woman, not just a blow-up doll, shaped like a woman that moved and did all kinds of stuff. And the guy had sex with it. Like, if you can make a robot that can have sex with a guy so good he comes, you can certainly make a robot that can pick out plastics from dirty diapers and put real trash onto a conveyor belt that goes to a real landfill and that we really bury, versus the stuff that can be used. Certainly we can do that. We're just choosing not to. Kind of a bummer. But yeah, as far as me being really super picky about what I recycle, I'm just not going to be. I'm going to do my best. But I have way too many things to worry about rather than I'm doing my recycling wrong. So here's what we came to. Here's the solution. I just told my mom, okay, I don't recycle. I'm not putting it in your bin anymore, right? I collect it from my father. He actually recycles too. As much as he doesn't seem to believe in it, he does it. It's like, oh, I can do my little part. It's one of the few right-wing things he doesn't do. It's very leftist of him to recycle, in my opinion. Although a lot of right-wing people recycle, a lot, despite their often contrarian opinions on global warming and the things that can contribute to it. A lot of my conservative friends do recycle, thinking deep inside they know it can be helpful, if for no other reason, for the reasons I talked about before, the raw materials, and the refining of raw materials to make things, that aspect of it. If you can just clean a beer bottle, or even just remelt it and make a new beer bottle, that's going to be cleaner and more efficient than getting the raw materials to make glass. So yeah, that's about all I got. I'm going to try to stretch this out to make it 10, but maybe I'll just go short on this one. Oh, but the solution, which I never got to, I'm just boxing my own shit and I'm bringing it to school and putting it in our recycle dumpster now. That's what I'm doing. It is. I mean, there are people that blow snot rags in there. I'm like, what are you doing? I don't know if it's kids or teachers. I would hope the teachers would, because I try to say it to our kids when we're in class, I go, that's not recyclable. They'll take like a wrapper off a lollipop and throw it in the recycling. I go, that's not recyclable. You got to throw that in the trash. So I don't know. You can keep trying to make people learn, just like my mom tried with me. So there's an irony here, but it's also like, I'm not throwing things that are absolutely not recyclable, but I am throwing some things that Republic says are not recyclable. So, but it's not going in mom's bin anymore. So that's what matters. I'm going to just put it in my own box and dump it in the contaminated shit mess that is the dumpster at my school. Okay, guys, I'm closing in on 9 minutes. I pontificated a lot about that. I really got nothing else. Just try to go as green as you can. Try to be as clean as you can. Try to use as little as you can. That's what really helps. But yeah, with this new world economy, I don't like our chances. I like that Amazon is trying to be an all-electric fleet. That will be helpful because that's the new economy. Hopefully they're using all recycled products to ship. That would be good. I don't know if they are or not, but there are ways that this can be done, that we can run a clean economy and still have capitalism, the rampant capitalism we have. I think it can be done. I don't think it's a healthy thing, but I think at least if we're going to do capitalism on the level we're doing it, at least try to make it clean. All right, that's my rant. And once again, sorry, Mom. You did not deserve that rudeness, even if we disagree on this a little bit. All right, talk to you guys soon. Have a great day, night, evening, afternoon, whatever you're doing. Hope you're doing well. Talk soon. Bye.